Welcome back to the program. A lot of calls about Derek Jeter. As a matter of fact, line 4, we got DJ from Westchester. What's on your mind, bud?
Yeah, thanks, Mike. I've been seeing all these farewell gifts that teams have been giving Jeter, and I was thinking, what would you give him?
I know the Athletics gave him the trip to wine country up there in Napa. And, of course, he's got those boots from the Astros. Those are gorgeous. But I don't know, DJ. Those are all impersonal items, tchotchkes. I would give something for my heart. I would give a show-use microphone cover, unwashed with the spittle still on it. And, of course, a half-empty Diet Coke bottle that I consumed while watching his first game. And I would sign it along with former Yankee utility infielder Luis Sojo. Then I'd go, maybe a little essence of myself and just, reach in, grab some hair right from around my right nipple, and hand that to El Capitan and say, that's for you, buddy. And, of course, my complete VHS collection of every episode of The Box Score, which starts now.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple: C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Collins for Box Score.
Hello, welcome to the Box Score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles. They are the Danettes out in Milford, Connecticut. I'm sure enjoying the day. It's very celebratory. Mike Francesa with definitely a boatload of gifts for his boo, Derek Jeter. Seton, let me ask you, what would your Derek Jeter gift basket look like?
I don't know that I could say that on television. I'd get in trouble. But it would be special.
But you'd like to receive one from him, wouldn't you? More so?
Yeah. Hello. Listen, I'll just put it out. I'll spend the night with Derek Jeter. Let's go throw it out there. We can do whatever he wants.
Well, today is your birthday, Seton, and the boss gave you not a gift basket, but a gift bucket. It had a DP Show t-shirt, a Callaway hat, some Shellback rum, which was put to good use, and Buffalo Wild Wing sauce. McLovin, are you jealous?
No, not really. I usually go in the back and steal about 7 or 8 things a day from here. So the Dan picked 4 mediocre things from really this desk. No, I'm not jealous. I think it reflects how Dan really feels about it.
I think it was nice, actually, though, that Dan personalized those things and didn't grab just free stuff that we got from sponsors laying around.
Well, those gifts are certainly cool, but not as cool as this. Paulie hooking up a couple of Tang and Shellback drinks for you. Paul, is this your new Shellback recipe, and does it have a name?
Nah, this is to throw people off the scent, Broccoli. I'm working a lot of stuff back home. And I just did this kind of as a faux birthday drink situation for Seton. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go with Tang for the fall drink.
How about Space Jam?
It's not bad. I think we have a new one coming out tomorrow, so it's gonna drop. So be ready.
Wow. Tastes like astronaut. It's time to celebrate in true Box Score fashion. We'd like to do that by bringing back some of our favorite Seton moments from the show. Fritzy, we asked you what your favorite moment was, and after you recalled who Seton was, you told us this was your favorite moment.
Rising up, back on the street.
Yeah.
Did my time, took my chances. Went the distance, now I'm back on my feet. Just a man and his will to survive. It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rivals.
That was great. A classic moment in the history of the show, not just Seton, but just the show in general. But
shout out to the Tone Deaf.
Seeing Seton singing "Eye of the Tiger" in the tiger costume, it also makes me think of when he had the tiger paint on his face. He's been a good sport on many occasions, and that combination of seeing him in that costume singing and doing the whole face paint thing, awesome stuff. That's classic moments.
I don't even really remember doing that. I think I just blacked out of the moment. But yeah, that was fun, man. Me and the Detroit Tigers have some bets, some history there. I'd appreciate if the Yankees stepped up a little bit more.
Certainly a good time had there, but maybe not as good a time as what Paulie said was his favorite moment.
There's something wrong with Danny's hairdo. It's affecting his jump shot, and that won't do. He's got a problem with his frog eye. It makes swimsuit models run and hide. Dan Patrick's got a sports hernia. We all knew something was burning you. That was good. Maybe it's cause Coast out and me. Oh, maybe it's cause Costas out and me jump.
Typo.
Dan Patrick's got a sports hernia.
That was pretty cool. I know Seaton's a big music fan, and if I remember right, I didn't even ask him if he wanted to do it. I said, hey, can you play this with Darius? He goes, yeah. And I think if we would have given him time to think about it, he probably would have been more nervous, but it was really cool. And you think about it, this guy sold like 30 million albums or something over his career.
Yeah.
He's had one of the longer music careers of all time. And I think it's one of those things that Seaton, when he's all done with the show, way down the road, will go, I can't believe I played with Darius Rucker. That was just like a Tuesday.
No, that's by far the coolest thing that I've gotten to do on the show. And you're right, Paulie. There was no like, the only thing that was written with that song or worked out was some words on a piece of paper. There were like lyrics which had a typo in it too in there, and instead of Costas it said Coast. But yeah, there was no like, Darius had never heard. I'd never played those chords before or anything. Like, there was no song structure put out there. We just sort of winged it live on the air, and it really worked out. It's definitely my all-time favorite moment for me on the show.
Well, that's what two professional musicians do. We saved Seaton's biggest fan for last. Here's what McLovin chose.
Come on, Steve.
Oh, no. Hey, Jap Wizard. Hit the Champ Wizard. Yeah. On a Japanese wizard? Let's go. I like that one. Japanese wizard. Get him, Jay.
Let's go. Get on top.
Oh, that's a lot of fun.
I'm gonna let him up a little bit. Let's let him up here a little bit. Okay. All right, hey, Seaton, as much as I've enjoyed this, time to go to bed. He's sleeping.
Man, I kind of thought you guys were going to go out there and do sort of like more like act out MMA. Nothing about that looked like acting. That looked
came right out, kicked you in the shin.
And I love that. Actually, Jay broke a story that Reva signed with the Pats as he was taking you down. Unbelievable.
I think there's got a lot of elements to it. You got Jerry Ferraro, who's becoming a real successful actor and a friend of the show. Chuck Liddell is probably one of the most famous MMA guys of all time, and they're watching. They're just sitting there in the crowd. So it's another one that's real cool. That I think in 10 years you'll look back and you're like, I can't believe that was just a Wednesday out in LA or something like that.
Jay's like the dude who, even though he's playing with you, he's still hurting you, and you're like, ow, dude, stop, man, that really hurts. And yeah, you could tell he was toying with me, but I had like zero control over anything. He was just throwing me around the ring. A lot of fun, I guess.
He had fun.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Seaton. Have a few more Tang and Shellbacks.
Thanks, man.
Maybe with some Glazer sweat on that. Coming up, we'll find out how much Fritzy knows about McLovin and himself.
Yeah, see.
On the very popular box score, Dan, that follows this show, we do a thing called Know Your Row.
Yeah.
And it is always pretty shocking that Todd knows absolutely nothing about the rest of us.
I hate those questions like, what's his real name or what's his last name? I hate that stuff. Really.
Heavy stuff.
Welcome back to the Box Score. Some of Box Score's dirty laundry being aired out on the show today. Fritzy, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much do you hate Know Your Row?
It's probably something in the neighborhood of about 47. And I feel really bad, and you know, there's a lot of basic things that I guess I should know, and I don't, and some of it's maybe just deteriorating brain function from my notebook, and some of it's, you know, it comes across that I'm being insincere or inconsiderate or not caring of my fellow Danettes, and that's the furthest thing from the truth, but I need to try to do a better job of remembering basic things about my coworkers and friends.
Well, it looks like Fritzy still doesn't know much about his row partner, as DP pointed out today.
Fritzy knows the names of all of his neighbors, all of the hot ones. So Seaton just said, do you know McLovin's youngest daughter's name? Now, he knows all of the women in the neighborhood, and he sits next to McLovin every day.
I'm well aware of his daughter's name.
You did not know the name of McLovin's daughter. Be honest. You did not know.
Are you going to bail me out here?
Do you know the name of his daughter?
Emma and Lucy.
Okay, you did not
Emma
know
is the
2
older
minutes
one.
ago. McLovin, do you think Fritzy knew your daughter's name?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Dude, what's up with that? No, and in fairness, I do make you endure more photos than all the other days.
No, and I love the photos, but truth be told, it looks like I had a much quicker answer than I actually did, and I was stalling because I had some type of brain fart, and it was like Emma and the other one. And
really?
And upon a few extra seconds to get the dizzy spells out of my head.
Which one's the oldest one again?
Not sleeping. Lucy is the older one, Emma the younger one.
Chad, if you don't mind, just to double check here, we have a small McLovin quiz that we just put together. Seton, I'll let you look. Seton, could you answer all these in 3 seconds?
Yes.
Okay. Fritzy, quickly, where in Brooklyn does McLovin live?
Dumbo.
Good. McLovin's first job out of college was?
He was working as an accountant, whatchamacallit, the legal aid? What is it? I forgot the word.
Paralegal, close enough. We're going to give that to you.
Close enough.
Now, quickly, McLovin's wife's first name?
Sarah.
Oh,
Three
look
for
at you,
three.
huh?
Wow, first of all, you're asking him a wife's name and come on. You kidding me?
We're setting the bar pretty low here. I mean,
He can name every wife within a 12-mile radius of his house. Of course he
It's
knows
like an
my
atomic
wife's name.
bomb went off in his head when he said, what's his daughter's name?
We had an easier version where what's McLovin's real name, and we thought you'd get that one.
By the way, it was revealed later in the show that Dan Patrick himself had no idea that I had 2 kids. He said Lucy and the other one was his name.
When did you have a second child?
Oh, don't feel too bad there. Okay, well, don't feel too bad, McLovin. We asked Fritzy yesterday if he was going to have a solo album coming out, and he said no, not yet. But then we found this little ditty today.
The streets have waited long enough. The highly anticipated debut mixtape album is finally here.
Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at?
Booyahzi Records presents T Frizzle. Where Brooklyn at?
The king will be praised and hell will be raised. Suckers try to phase him, but he won't be faced.
15 slamming new tracks, plus unreleased freestyles from none other than T Frizzle.
My slow flow's remarkable. T's to Mateo. Now it's smoke like Tony Montana slipped the KO. That's crazy, but
Go behind the scenes and meet some of the pretty ladies of T Frizzle.
Some things are moving during flight. I'm getting a little excited.
So go cop that new album in stores now. T Frizzle, Where Brooklyn at? The streets are calling.
Great memories. Well done to those that put that little commercial together. It's great. It just brings back a lot of fun times with some of the shorties and the shoots and going around all the different cities at various Super Bowls that we've had the pleasure of covering over the past number of years, and it's just great.
The original name of that album was, excuse me, if you have a minute, can you tell me where Brooklyn is at? Can I take the train to get there? It didn't fit, so we had to tighten it up.
But that was great work by the crew out in LA, and I personally appreciate that very, very, very much.
Are you closer to touring?
We're getting there. There was actually a conversation as recently as yesterday. I don't know if it was going to necessarily be the T Frizzle persona, but I don't want to give away too much information. But one Seton O'Connor is looking to be a manager / co-band member of some type of 80s performance maybe coming on. He may be able to elaborate a little bit more on it. 2-a-days could be involved. Maybe we get the whole gang together.
Share your gift. This is the plan, okay? The plan is, for Fritzy singing was a Survivor yesterday.
Yes.
So good. Whatever, right? He's got these unbelievable, like, all of these songs in his head. So I was like, dude, let's put together like a legit band and we'll start playing shows where Fritzy will be, it's just a cover band or whatever. It can be me, we can get 2-a-days. He's got pretty much every song ever known to man, like, charted out and ready to go.
Light rock specialist.
And then our buddy, one of our BRGs here, Alan, plays the drums. So we're already there. All we really need is like 2 or 3 backup singers, some type of synth situation, maybe a keytar, something. This is the 80s and we're trying to branch out. And then all of a sudden we're gonna be, by next summer, Fritzy's gonna be like, I'm sorry, I can't go on a cruise, baby. Like, I'm booked. You know that June and July is like my busy time. We already got like 30 shows
Festivals.
booked. Yeah, festival circuit.
What about, is there a stand-up synth? Like, remember in the 80s they used to have that?
Oh, like the guy from...
That's called a keytar?
Yeah, like the guy from the power station.
I'd like to try out for that if that's okay.
I
I understand that you can't just hand me the
It's
roll.
gonna be so awesome.
That's to be involved.
We'll be playing the whiskey in like, I don't know, 2 months.
Whiskey a no-no. I used that yesterday.
They can play that song, Where Brooklyn At, with their face in their hands because they don't like the song. Okay, stay with us because after the break we find out were Fritzy's Donald Sterling mock headlines a hit or a bomb? Welcome back to the Box Score. Guys, the Donald Sterling story is one we can expect to be around for a while. Fritzy, can we expect Mr. Sterling to join the show at any time soon?
We've certainly been trying. I'm not counting on it anytime soon because they're going to hide behind, well, there's legal proceedings going on. And, you know, we've gotten that a lot over the years, trying to get some newsmakers on that they're just not allowed, according to their attorneys, to talk while litigation's going on. But we'll keep asking, and you never know. I never say never. We've accomplished enough, all of us together in the show, to never say never about any guests as long as they're alive. We can track them down.
Brock, but big pet peeve of mine is when someone gives Fritzy a false excuse, like he's not doing interviews and you see him on Anderson Cooper that night. Well, then he is doing interviews, or he's not available right now as if there's no phone wherever he is.
I do hate that. Just be honest.
I'm shocked that a billionaire wouldn't have a phone somewhere near him.
Yeah, another big one is that, they're overseas or something like that, and I'm pretty sure people can communicate these days in 2014 overseas.
Yeah.
That's their way of saying they're on vacation and not reachable. But
just say he's not interested in doing anything right now. Would respect it.
You can call other countries. I'm positive.
Sure of it.
Donald Sterling did not come on, but Clipper beat writer Broderick Turner did, and told us the story about the last time he saw Donald Sterling.
I was in the hallway outside of the press room. I saw Donald, and he was walking by, and he goes, "Hi, media," as he does in that high-pitched voice. And I said, "How you doing, Donald?" And he goes, "Not very well. We're losing." And he walked away. You know, what I could do was just stand there and watch him walk away because it was typical Donald Sterling voice. And I just didn't want to shake his hand because when he shakes your hand, it's like this limp, wet rag when he touches your hand.
A couple things there. First of all, Broderick walk-off. He had a great appearance. I think that was his first appearance on the show.
He was great.
And he was really good because he was descriptive. He didn't just talk in vague terms like a lot of people on sports radio and TV do. And then he did us gave us an entire segment or two on handshakes, which is complete bonus coverage. I think the handshake segment morphed into the hug segment. So I think Broderick may have given us at least 3 segments of content.
Fritzy, Sven in California called in with some Sterling mock headlines, and then you tried to one-up them. I say cue the crickets. Let's see how that went.
Tried.
Sending rivers through their spine. Clipper execs worried coach may go. A race he can't win. Sterling should just give up. In the Shelley of the Beast, Sterling will fight till death do them part.
And it is really quiet in here, dude.
Having a stivvy. Doc hard pressed to continue under current ownership. I support them and give them food and clothes and cars and houses. Who gives it to them? Does someone else give it to them? Who makes the game? Do I make the game or do they make the game? That's my Donald Sterling question.
Thank you, Fritzy.
In cars. Well, at least that kind of saved it. I guess.
When you start really, really bad, you can ramp up at the end and save the entire thing.
You know, that impression that Fritzy does, I give him cars, is really great. It's extremely funny, and Todd usually whips it out at the right time.
Shows how much confidence I whip it out at the right time.
But those mock headlines were really terrible. I felt bad because Fritzy felt this pressure with Sven. Those mock headlines are usually pretty hit or miss too. Although he always has at least one winner, but Sven will give you 3 and that's it. He's 3 and out. Fritzy will give you 33 and then fight for the last 5 that he didn't give you. And you're like,
you'd think I'd learned my lesson by now about quantity versus quality, but I threw about 8 out there that I knew weren't very good, and I saved that Stivvy one in there.
Wait, you just said something interesting. I threw 8 out there that I knew weren't very good. Why would you do that?
I thought they were good enough to say on the air. I didn't think they were home runs, but I wouldn't have said them if I didn't think they were going to get at least a chuckle. But it was very library-esque, quiet-like, and very uncomfortable to try to continue moving forward, knowing the first 4 or 5 that you read are getting literally no reaction at all. And if anything, you're getting a little faint giggle of being embarrassed for me by the rest of the group, which really, really throws off your concentration and your ability to to move on.
I could hear Seaton's heartbeat next to me. I was like, wow, he's got a pretty nice heart rate.
Studying for a midterm all of a sudden.
Who knew?
A little high blood pressure there.
Still to come, we always thought bikinis and hugs were good things until now.
I was like, you know.
That's it.
Wow.
Look it out.
Wow. Get in here. Get in here.
Welcome back to the Box Score. Last call here at the Box Score Bar. We got plenty of shell back, but no tang. Sorry, Paulie. Paulie, we saw you running away from some man love this morning. You think working with Fritzy all these years, maybe you sort of softened your stance on hugs?
No, I have never softened my stance on something like that. That's as I was walking towards Seaton, in my mind, I knew what I wanted to do for the bit, which was not scripted at all. I was going to do this and pump fake him and go right to the golf clubs and keep walking. I didn't know that he was going to, and he kind of jumped the bit in a good way by embracing me, make it about me being uncomfortable, which is completely real. Like when I was trying to get off him, while there was a camera on me, if there was not a camera on me, I would have had the exact same reaction.
Well, we found out on the show today that you find almost any hug awkward.
This neighbor, my wife's friend, she's a rampant overhugger. She came over the other day. We had some people over, and we have a pool in our backyard. We were covered, like we're not wearing many clothes. She gave me a hug,
swimsuit,
a bikini, with sunblock hug, and it was a full deal. It was like a
Where does she live exactly?
It was like a slip and slide hug.
Just give me the neighborhood. You don't have to give me the exact address.
That's too much, though.
Oh, you can't have a neighbor bikini hug you.
Why not?
So what did you do?
Well, I stayed with it because there was a lot of people there, and as
Did
much
you go
as
arms straight down?
I tried to dead fish my whole body.
I was going to say, did your body go stiff? But
that's Fritzy.
I strongly disagree with all of that. There's no such thing as overhugging, at least in my book. And if this woman, unless she's completely unappealing and unattractive, anything outside of that, the less clothes they're wearing, the better. Man or woman. It's all about contact.
Even that's pretty okay too, right?
Yeah, even that, you could probably wink at that.
But I think about it the other way around. What if some dude walked in and goes, hey, to my wife as she's in a bikini, goes, hey, bring it in here. I mean, I don't know if I'd be really comfortable with that. I don't think, when my wife's wearing a bikini, no other person's hand should be on her, I don't think. Is that fair?
But it's not like you didn't put your hands, like that woman engaged you in the hug.
Right.
So it's really more if your wife is in a bikini and she hugs somebody else.
Right.
That's the issue.
But I don't think once you're in swim attire, there should be any physical contact. That's not like, like when you put someone
the issue is really with the hugger, not the huggee.
Correct. And then I'm in a position where if I go, no, I look like the big antisocial jerk, which I am.
A man who's never antisocial. Fritzy, who is on tomorrow?
That remains to be seen.
Actually, people being pretty antisocial for tomorrow's show.
It is. We're not going to have a great Friday show among Dan and the Danettes. Hopefully, we'll be able to sprinkle in a few newsmakers along the way, but we'll be getting back to work on that as soon as we wrap up here on today's Box Score.
Okay. Thanks for watching the Box Score. Set your DVR or tune in weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on Audience Channel 239. Happy birthday, Seaton, right here on DirecTV.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching the Box Score. Holy cow!